About 6 years ago, my husband and he decided he wanted to do a distillery. We started our location on King Street. That was our first location. We were there about 5 years, and then we wanted to amp up production, so we moved out here to Johns Island and built this distillery from the ground up because the equipment wouldn't fit in our distillery downtown. We just wanted to make sure that we made the best bourbon and the best vodka, and in order to do that, you needed good water, good equipment, and good temperatures.
Our process actually starts with ingredients. We source local farmers for our corn, barley, rye, and wheat. Our whole process starts there, and we get it delivered from here in South Carolina. On site, we actually mill it from its whole kernel form into a powder. We mix it with hot water. Then it's actually mashing. So the whole process kind of resides around us getting that corn or that grain at the perfect temperature. So then after a couple hours, after it's been in the mash tun, what we want to do is get that right enzyme activity, but then cool it down and add our yeast. So we basically have a couple different stages of cooling that product down to the right temperature so that we don't kill our yeast when we add it to our fermentation. So this is a whole day process to get it into the fermenter, and then a 3 to 5 day process of that yeast converting the sugar that we gave it in the previous steps into alcohol. So after that 3 to 5 days, we're going to get to about a 7 or 9% alcohol.
So after the mashing is done and the fermentation is appropriate amount of time to get to that, we then hit to the distillation side of things. So we have a 5,000 liter pot still, and for the vodka we use our 45 plate high column is what it's called.
For the high proof spirits, we distill at EU standards, which is above 192 proof.
That will become not only the base, obviously for the vodka, but for our gin and the Carolina Reaper pepper as well. We do have a shorter column on that same pot still that we do all of our whiskeys on. So basically the bourbon, the rye, that actually then gets into the barreling side of things.
So we proof down to 115, throw that in the barrel, and let it sit for over 4 years. The higher average temperature of the low country causes our barrels to mature faster.
And then we go through and we selectively pick those barrels based on the flavor quality, what they have to offer. And then we get into the packaging side, so basically the bottling and making sure all the spirits are at their correct proof. With this space, it's also a tasting room. We can do mixed drinks, and this is going to allow us to do full tastings of all the products, from the vodka all the way to the bourbon, any specialty stuff that we're going to do in the future. This allows us to give a full experience outdoors, and it's a really relaxing time.